For us within APEC, the TPP was always valuable, not because it itself was going to be a major contributor, but that it was likely to provide the foundation for something much more ambitious, and that's the free trade area of the Asia Pacific, which within APEC we still believe is doable by 2025. Interestingly, what's happened in the United States has not yet derailed the discussions that are continuing in APEC on the free trade area of the Asia Pacific. And interestingly, a number of those that have kept the CPTPP on track have done so in part because those, is it 5,000 pages of drafted agreement underpinning the TPP do in fact constitute the foundations for the FTAAP. And so there's an irony. The US was the primary negotiator of the TPP text. It's now backed away, and to be fair, a few of the provisions within the agreement have been stripped away too. But the large body of that US drafted text still sits in place and still remains the agreed foundation for the FTAAP going forward. So we still have something significant and seriously multilateral, or plurilateral anyway, to focus on within APEC, where there is reasonable consensus that something substantial can happen. RCEP, lots of people talk about it, it's totally inconsequential. Even if they agree it tomorrow, there is no provision in RCEP which will make any difference to any company operating in this region. It will not lower tariffs. It will not open borders to more trade and investment. It's an extremely low common denominator agreement. I think you will see lots of rhetoric supporting it and celebrating if it's completed, but that's more for the symbolic value of the commitment to plurilateralism. Because one of the key challenges that comes from Trump is this decision that bilateral is better. And clearly bilateral is not better, except for an extremely muscular bully boy in the corner, right? Now, ironically, China has the prospect to be just as muscular and just as bullying as the United States could be. And frankly, I don't want the world to be subject to bilaterals with China either, right? But a world driven by bilateral trade agreements would be awful. There's not one of the companies in the American chamber that would be able to do business better if the region were scattered with or driven by a whole labyrinth of bilateral. Life will be much worse. We need plurilaterals, we need multilateralism to make business more fluent and manageable. And it's extremely dangerous that the US administration is wedded to this idea that it can negotiate bilateral deals that are going to give better benefit to anyone.